season. They've almost doubled it. Packed house inside Memorial Gymnasium. You take a look at the shooting between these two teams. We expect, Drew, a lot of points here today. Our officials for today's game: Eric Bruton, Talisa Green, and Frank Sterator. Camille Pierre and Z Spearman, and the tip is won by Pierre and the Commodores. Michaela Blakes and Vanderbilt control the opening possession. Right away, Ayanna Moore. We talked about it. You're going to see a lot of offense in this game, and right away, Ayanna Moore, the veteran, with a big-time three as Blakes bats the pass out of bounds. You take a look at the starting five for the Lady Vols here today. And we talked about Camille Pierre. How about Jewel Spear, fifth-year senior out of the Colony, Texas? She has been playing some of her best ball in SEC play, Drew, averaging over 18 points per game. You see the redshirt sophomore out of Tuberville, South Carolina, with Cooper, who had just had it. Fumbling it, double team down low on Spearman. Deep tray is left short that time by Samara Spencer, the senior out of Fort Lauderdale.
2 possessions and 2 threes taken on the first 2 possessions.
Vanderbilt starting five. Talked about Pierre. You saw Moore's big-time three. How about Michaela Blakes, the freshman out of Somerset, New Jersey, pride and joy of Rutgers Prep, averaging 20 points per game as Jordan Oliver misses about a 7-footer. Battle for the board, and it was last touched out of bounds by Ruby Whitehorn, the junior out of Detroit.
Already 3 subs coming into this game for Coach Kim Caldwell, and we're going to see a lot of that today. Mass substitutions, almost some hockey line shifts will take place for the Orange.
Listen, we're not far from Bridgestone Arena.
Yeah.
That's, of course, where the Predators play. Camille Pierre poked away. Tennessee, a really good defensive team as well. Blakes. No good on her first shot attempt of the afternoon.
3 shots taken, all 3 from the three-point arc.
Not a 3, a long 2 that rims in and out. That shot attempt by Whitehorn, rebound to Oliver. Blakes in transition, didn't hit the first, connects on the second, and a great start for the Commodores. Quick 6-0 run.
It's good to see Blakes knock that one down. 12 points at LSU the other night, so that's a welcome sight to see that first shot go down.
3 ball in the corner is true. That time by Tess Darby, fifth-year senior out of Greenfield, Tennessee, had 6 points, 2 of 4 from 3 in the win over Mississippi State in Knoxville on Thursday, an 86-73 win for the Lady Vols. Blakes wants another and dials it up. She is dialed in early.
Unbelievable. The freshman continues to play as well as any freshman in the country right now.
See if we get a chance to breathe here. Give me some keys, some things you're looking for today. First, we'll start with Tennessee.
Obviously, it's going to be execution. Can they continue to execute, get the shots that they want, and to create turnovers? I mean, both of these teams love to create turnovers, create pace, but they want to use their depth, push pace, create some turnovers, and get the shots that they would like to get on the offensive end.
There is Kim Caldwell in her first season at UT. What a ride for her. 2 years ago, Drew, was at Division II Glenville State University in Glenville, West Virginia. Marshall last year, and over here at Tennessee. And then Shea Ralph, of course, in her 4th season now at Vanderbilt. Turned the program around last year, making it back to the dance. They're trying to get back there back-to-back years. Tie up, and the possession arrow will favor the number 15 team in the country.
Been so impressive preparing for this game, watching Cooper play in particular for UT. Just impacts winning. Not only does she score the basketball, but as you can see there, a tough rebound that she secured to give her Tennessee team another possession.
Here is Talasia Cooper, team's leading scorer. Got to the rack with the left, but missed the bunny. See the press right away, and we'll see that on both sides today. And how about the hands from Cooper? A thief in the afternoon takes it away from Oliver.
That's what makes Tennessee so unique, is even the ability to press after missed shots as well. You're accustomed to seeing in basketball after made shots. There was a steal after a missed opportunity.
Much better press break that time, but Pierre might have been partially altered by Spearman. Junior stands at 6'4". Cooper yet again missed on her first attempt with the left. Not going to miss there.
The quick hands to get that steal and that transition layup, and then responds immediately with another left-handed layup. Great move.
Cooper 16, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals in the win over Mississippi State on Thursday. Great slip to the hoop and a find that time. Great pass by Jane Waba. Better slip by Michaela Blakes.
And we've seen that Vanderbilt team utilize that UCLA cut after the wing hit. Michaela Blakes makes that great cut towards the basket for her 8th point already here in the first quarter.
Here is Jewel Spear. Oh, so shifty is Spear, the 5th-year senior out of the Colony, Texas. How do you defend that?
Oh, that's so good. Spear has really picked up her pace of play in SEC play as well. 4 big three-pointers just the other night against Mississippi State, but that time, nice drive to the basket.
Spear averaging over 13 points per game. Pierre dribble drive, and it's gonna be a blocking foul called. Tennessee faithful wanted a charge. That's gonna be a foul called on Kanaya Boyd, the redshirt freshman out of Las Vegas.
Look at that nice around the back usage of the dribble to change direction for Spear to get to that left-handed layup. So shifty. Another mass substitution. Alex, 5 new players into the game.
And I'm not going to name them every time it happens. Ayanna Mitchell into the game for Vanderbilt. So is Leilani Kapanis. How do you break this Tennessee pressure? Look at this, even hard to inbound it. Tennessee 3rd in the country in steals per game, averaging 14. How about Blakes? Off the glass! Are you kidding me?
Wow. What a move by Blakes. The nice stop and go around the back herself. Gets that mid-range, nice little bank shot off for a 10th point of the quarter.
And that's what we're talking about, right? So Blakes with the nice deuce on the other end, but you got to get back defensively in transition, because Tennessee, and that's something Kim Caldwell and I talked about on our phone call earlier this week. She said we're trying to shoot the ball about 10 to 15 seconds in to the shot clock.
Comes Madison Green checking in for Vanderbilt. Got big news in the last 24 hours as well, being extended another year of eligibility. The Commodores obviously very excited about having Maddie Green back with that bonus year that's been granted to him.
Yeah, Madison Green played 11 games last year before missing the final 22 due to injury, so good news for the Commodores as Whitehorn connects on both. Whitehorn, such a key piece to the puzzle for Kim Caldwell. She's averaging over 13 points per game, just under 5 rebounds per game, an 81% free throw shooter, connects on both. And how about this atmosphere? It was electric here last night. It is just as electric here inside Memorial Gymnasium for the start of this one. I liked what Kapanis did there to step up and help out Michaela Blakes.
I was about to say the same thing. It looked like Vanderbilt had 2 receivers behind the press, and Kapanis stepped forward, met the pass to break that press.
Blakes wants a third. Just missed it. Heat check 3. She is feeling it so far today. Here's Cooper trying to create. Whitehorn. She wants the 3 ball. Over everything after it hit the rim. And that is how we will head to our first break. Vanderbilt on top of number 15, Tennessee by 2. How about Michaela Blakes?
Michaela Blakes with the nice shifty move. Look at that with the kiss off the backboard. Vanderbilt leads by 2 here in Nashville.
Those were into the Cumberland.
How great was it for us Vanderbilt people? Now, today we're here just to call a great basketball game, but I grew up here, coming to games here at Memorial Gym, and just remembering those students coming onto the floor, recreating Memorial magic. It was nostalgic for me to see that scene yesterday.
The hoops, by the way, they did remain
they didn't
on the
take
basket.
them down.
So 13-11 run and gun start, 76-75 final last night. We could see both teams eclipse not just 80, but maybe 90 here today. That's how electric both of these attacks are. Moore hit one earlier, gets a second. How about the three-point shooting right now between Blakes and Ayanna Moore?
Ayanna Moore had 5 made threes against LSU for 23 points and has really stepped up her game in SEC play, averaging 17.5 over 4 games in the SEC.
Vanderbilt shooting 60% from the field right now. Good dribble drive to the rack. Nice rack attack that time by Samara Spencer, senior out of Fort Lauderdale. Team high 31 minutes, had 18 points in the win over Mississippi State, averaging a touch under 12 points per game. And that's going to be a foul on Spear, her first team second.
Tennessee gets a lot of credit for their three-point shooting, but it's been the drive to the basket by their guards here in the first quarter that have been so deadly for the Lady Vols.
And that's something that Shea Ralph talked about after that Kentucky loss. Because Kentucky was so dynamite from beyond the arc, this is a long two from Blakes, who misses to the left. But that's something she wants to hone in on today. They do not want to let the Lady Vols, the #1 three-point shooting team in the country, go to work from beyond the arc. Nice steal by Maddie Green. Talking about her earlier, granted an extra year of eligibility. Sophomore out of Columbus, Ohio. Moore has 2 already.
To get a shot up
Wants
quickly.
A third. I think the Lady Vols are okay with that shot selection there. And right away in transition. And the lay-in is good that time from Spearman, junior out of Decollett, Georgia. Had 7 points, 8 rebounds in the win over Mississippi State, averaging just a touch under 11 points per game.
That transition layup by Spearman was really created, to your point, Alex, great team defense on the other end created that transition opportunity.
Hasn't been easy so far for Camille Pierre, has yet to score, and that's just her second shot attempt, but got bumped, and will head to the line for 2 as you see another hockey-style line change.
Great drive by Pierre there, getting that foul.
And how about the crew?
Yeah, I just noticed that. It said 23 subs. Great work by the truck in the back to be able to pull that stat. That's incredible by our team. 23 subs already. It is like a hockey game for the Predators down the street at Bridgestone.
Good job by our man, Jay Levin. He's making sure he's on top of it today as Camille Pierre misses the first. Pierre's a 66% free throw shooter, averaging over 22 points per game. She was named one of 25 players to the John R. Wooden mid-season watch list that goes to the top overall player at the end of the season. What an honor. Just to be on the mid-season watch list, to be recognized as a top 25 player, and she could have a chance, depending on what happens, to win it this year.
Totally agree. I don't know that there's a player that does more for her team and impacts all the categories that Pierre does.
Poked away by Ayanna Moore. Last touch by Camille Pierre. It'll stay with Tennessee here with 11 to shoot. Lady Vols, who average just under 96 points per game. That is the top mark in the nation. 45% from the field, 34% from 3. Miscommunication that time. That was off of Tess Darby, and a turnover. That is the second turnover for the Lady Vols.
Looked like Darby thought she had a backdoor cut opportunity and left that right corner. Just a miscommunication for that turnover.
Kind of a unique spot to inbound from. Look at that, right in the corner there. Finding Justine Passat, a junior out of Toms River, New Jersey. Did not play on Monday in the loss against number 5 LSU.
Playing against her old team.
Yep. Moore got pushed, and Tess Darby does not agree.
So here comes sub 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. 5 new Lady Vols check into the game.
That was Tess Darby's first personal, team's fourth. So next foul will send the Commodores to the line. Ayana Moore getting a breather.
Looks like she's holding that right elbow on that after that hard fall. There as she took that foul.
Blake's already with 10. Pierre, unique looking shot, but so pretty that time from Camille Pierre.
So pretty. She's so comfortable around those elbow areas. Nice little pull-up jump shot.
3-ball in transition. Good looking shot that time by Spear, but the 3-ball has not been here so far for the number 15 team in the land. Just 1 of 5 from downtown. Pierre, who just made her first bucket, wants a second. Just missed it. Rebound to Cooper. Cooper, 3-ball in transition. Are you kidding me? Talasia Cooper connects.
How sweet was that? Walked her defender down, got to her spot just outside the 3-point arc. Nice little use of the dribble into her shot to make that 3-pointer.
Cooper, who had to sit out all of last season because she transferred after the portal window closed, coming over from South Carolina, where she appeared in 24 of 37 games for Don Staley's squad. Blake's, I believe that was partially altered by Sarah Puckett, the senior out of Muscle Shoals, Alabama, pushing the other way. She got the block, wants the 3, couldn't get it. Tennessee, one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the land. That's one of the stories today. Cooper, back-to-back for number 55, and the Lady Vols take their first lead of the game.
Wow, what a big-time shot. Twice in a row, the use of the behind-the-back dribble to create separation into that 3-point shot.
Cooper, the team's leading scorer, and she leads today with 10 to match Blake's, who has the rock right now. About a 1-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Oliver, good pump fake, gets it with the left, but leaves the Lady Vols time. Cooper just hit back-to-back. Does she see the clock? She does not. Running out of time. Wow. Didn't recognize the clock, and that is how the first quarter comes to a close, tied up at 21. But how about Talasia Cooper?
Talasia Cooper, the use of the behind-the-back dribble, walks the defender down for that 3-point shot. We got a tie basketball game here in Nashville.
5th straight contest for her. It's her 18th of 19 games with 10+. Remember, she's just a freshman.
So good. Think about this. Had 12 points the other night, which was her lowest output in quite a while, but still averaging 22.8 points per game in SEC play.
What a treat here, huh? I mean, what a start to this game. Tied up at 21 after 10 minutes. We still got 30 more parts.
It's going to be so fun.
Pierre, Spearman guarding her. Pierre, Spearman got a piece of it. Good straight-up defense. It's about the 3rd time now Spearman's gotten a piece of a Camille Pierre lay-in. And saved that time by Spear. Spencer, Spear in the corner. Offensive board. Cooper missed the lay-in. His last touch by the Commodores, poked out of bounds.
What about that rebound by Cooper there? 11 rebounds to 5, a +6 advantage here early for Tennessee. And you said it, Alex, Tennessee, a great offensive rebounding team. They crash the glass so hard.
Yeah, they average over 20 offensive rebounds per game. That's the 2nd best mark in the nation. Just feels like they're top 5 in almost every statistical category. Whitehorn couldn't finish. Oliver couldn't get it to Waba, then somehow deflected to Blakes, who threw it out of bounds past Ayanna Mitchell. And that's going to be a turnover, number 2 on the game for Vanderbilt. So far, Lady Vols, they only have 2 turnovers. Vanderbilt only 2. They've done a nice job taking care of the rock so far.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was the first time that I saw a risky pass across the court. Blakes did a great job to go secure the loose ball, but Tennessee still forced that turnover.
Something, of course, we want to mention. We Back Pat Week, honoring the life and legacy of the legend Pat Summitt, trying to help raise awareness for the terrible disease that is Alzheimer's. Partially altered that time by Oliver. Another offensive rebound, this time by Alyssa Latham. The sophomore stands at 6'2" out of Glenwood, Illinois. Take a look.
Again, it's that offensive rebound. Tennessee just continues to pursue the glass. There, Latham's going to get a chance to reward herself for her hard work.
That foul was on Ayanna Mitchell, her first, team second here in this second quarter. Alyssa Latham, who did not attempt a shot in 12 minutes of action against Mississippi State, connects on her first free throw and her first point of the week, averaging 4 points per game, 4 rebounds per game. But she's another key piece off the bench, transferred in this season from Syracuse, where she averaged 8.5 points per game as a true freshman, and another offensive rebound on the missed free throw.
That's 6 offensive rebounds now for Tennessee.
Three ball. No good. Three ball just hasn't been there for the best three-point shooting team. They want another one on another offensive rebound. How about a third? And getting fouled that time was Spencer. She'll head to the line for 2. And listen, right now, the way that Kim Caldwell's team is crashing the glass, it's a problem for the Commodores.
They were relentless on the offensive glass. Now 9 offensive rebounds, 3 on this possession alone. And a lot of times you hear the old adage, the best time to get a three-point shot is after the security of an offensive rebound. So Tennessee looking to fire that thing back up. But Spencer now able to go get 2 free throws and reward Tennessee after all that hard work on the glass.
I'll tell you what, Spencer does not think about those free throws.
No dribble.
Immediate. And that's going to be another turnover for the Commodores. That's number 3 on the day. Going back to Spencer real quick here, Drew. Over 1,500 points in her career. She's nearing 500 career rebounds and nearing 500 career assists. Only 5 SEC players since 1991 have ever had 1,500 points, 500 rebounds, 500 assists in a career.
Wow. Of course, starting that career in Arkansas and then transferring to Tennessee.
Right, but stayed within the SEC.
Yes.
Cooper thought about the 3 and then wound up throwing it away because Kanaya Boyd was looking at the basket. She was ready for another offensive rebound. Long 2 that time. Maddie Green couldn't get it to go. Speaking of offensive rebounds, there's Ayanna Mitchell. Scoring has stalled a little bit here to start this second quarter.
Vanderbilt still looking for their first points of the second quarter.
Another offensive rebound, that time by Jane Waba. Green tried to save it. It'll go over to the Lady Vols.
Yeah, Vanderbilt shut out thus far. It was 21-21 at the end of the first quarter. So still looking for their first basket.
So far, Tennessee just 3 of 11 from downtown. But have you liked the looks they've been getting?
Absolutely. I think they've been great looks.
Another one that time by Cooper. Good box out, much better box out there for Waba to corral the rebound.
And I think it shows up, Alex, because only 3 turnovers thus far in the game. So you're executing and getting the shots that you would like.
Maddie Green kind of hesitated on that 3-point attempt. It was last touch by Tennessee. It'll stay with Vanderbilt. Another 5 checking in for the Lady Vols. So the Lady Vols are number 15 in the country. They're currently ranked number 16 in the net. They're projected at a number 4 seed currently by ESPN bracketologist Charlie Cream, which is crucial, Drew, because top 4 seeds host the first 2 rounds. And so still a lot of basketball left, but we still like looking at the numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? We want to look at the numbers. We love looking at bracketology and March Madness reports. But one thing you must say is Kim Caldwell's done an incredible job in this first year here in Knoxville.
Another 3 ball. Again, just because they're missing doesn't mean they're going to be shy from beyond the arc. Good rebound for Waba. Foul committed. That's going to go against Tess Darby. Should be her second. And it is. That is the team's first here in this second quarter.
And Tennessee's already taken 13 three-point attempts. Just 3 for 13. But to your point, they are getting the shots that they like, which are many three-point attempts.
Okay, Vanderbilt, they have yet to score here in this second quarter. What do you want to see from them offensively?
I think, one, you got to break the press here. So first of all, make sure you get into your half-court set and get the possession the way you would like. With Blake's out of the game, I think you got to play through Pierre or more like that.
That helps.
Great drive by Anna Moore. I think her jump shot really set up the ability to drive and penetrate to get that layup at the basket.
And Kim Caldwell was looking right at her. She was frustrated with that defensive effort there on that lay-in attempt by Ayanna Moore. Moore has 8 now for Vanderbilt. Defensive pressure. Spencer trying to drive the baseline. Spencer stepped out of bounds and turned it over.
Great defense from Vanderbilt. That entire possession, Vanderbilt did a great job, not a good job, a great job of closing out under control, high hands to contest the shot, but the ability to play low and utilize angles to guard that drive. A great job by Maddie Green there, guarding on the baseline.
So we've talked about a lot of Tennessee's numbers coming into this game. But by the way, Vanderbilt, they're averaging 87 points per game. That's 7th best mark in the country. Showed it earlier, 46% field goal. Player hits the deck. Pierre, not a big-time three-point shooter, but she may be today.
Oh, wow. What a shot from Camille Pierre. Her first three-point basket on the season. Right there for Vanderbilt.
Previously 0 for 5. Vanderbilt reclaims the lead. They led for much of the first quarter. Did the Commodores. Green got her hand in there, tried to take it away, committed the foul on Whitehorn.
Camille Pierre. That's the one statistical category she's not had a positive contribution yet until now with that three-point basket. You can see Vanderbilt there. Maddie Green comes into the paint and tries to collapse on that drive. Just gets a little bit over-aggressive and has that foul on that reach-in.
That's her first, team's 4th. So the Lady Vols will be shooting free throws the rest of this quarter. Spear. Five to shoot here for Cooper. Cooper got to the rack, missed the lay. Another offensive rebound. That one missed by Spearman, poked away by Waba. Now Capitas needs some help here.
Good job by Vanderbilt just to continue to play, to try to get your hand on the basketball coming up with that loose one.
Pierre in the air. Foul committed by Cooper. That is her first, team second.
Great job by Vanderbilt, first of all, to break the press that was creating a little bit of chaos in the backcourt, get the basketball to Camille Pierre in that area of the court that she's so comfortable in to draw that foul.
Well, three-point sniper Camille Pierre is at the free throw line here for Vanderbilt. Sophomore out of Phoenix. What a year it's been. Connects on the first. So averaging over 22 points per game, over 10 rebounds per game, over 4 offensive rebounds per game. And, oh yeah, by the way, she's 4th in the country in terms of steals per game, averaging over 3.
Incredible. What a year Camille Pierre is having.
A lot of the LSU players after that game on Monday were talking about how number 12 is a problem for the rest of the SEC. And she has been. Cooper almost threw it away. Somehow got to Spearman. 3-ball, no good yet again. Lady Vols now just 3 of 14. Numbers here for the Doors. Spin move. Ayanna Moore tried to kiss it off the window. Could not. Now 2 players on the same team in orange battling for the rebound.
Seems like the last couple of possessions, Vanderbilt done a much better job of blocking out and getting defensive rebounds, just like that one by Green.
Make it 3 of 15. Just 20% so far for Kim Caldwell's club as Pierre missed the 10-footer. Spencer looking to push. What a find by Spencer. And how about Spearman running the floor?
beautifully done. You teach your bigs to run the basketball floor, and you'll be rewarded. Beautiful transition pass.
Waba, she'll shoot it from deep. Misses everything. Scoring has stalled a little bit here in this second quarter. What a find from Spencer to Spearman. Vanderbilt, though, on top by 2 on the SEC network. Second half.
It's going to make Maddie Green and Ayanna Moore really have to handle the basketball with certainty with Blake's out of the basketball game.
And without her, they've only scored 7 points in the first 6 and change, right? But Tennessee's only scored 5 points in the first 6 and change.
Yeah, Tennessee shooting 32% in this game, 3 of 15 from the three-point line.
The scoring has stalled here in this second quarter. Cooper trying to change that here. Good shake and bake move. Missed a lay-in, though. Battle for another offensive rebound. Cooper tried to save it, threw it right to Oliver. Oliver has Kapanis. Kapanis didn't go up with it initially, and then Whitehorn with the rejection. 3-ball in transition, yet again left short by Spear. Now 3 of 16. Oliver, Kapanis again. Moore, nobody picked her up. More! 3 more for Moore.
Come on! Ayanna Moore with the trail 3. Beautifully done.
She's got 11. Leads the team. Also leads this game. She is 3 of 5 from three-point land. Spear with the left. Left it short yet again, much like she just did on that 3. 2-on-1 here. Maddie Green and Kapanis. How about the hands? Oh my, from Spencer. That is a clinic defensively, but Vanderbilt gets it back. Moore wants another. Kapanis offensive rebound.
See if Vanderbilt will slow it down here and get Camille Pierre the basketball.
And they do. I think they heard you, partner.
That's the area of the court that she loves to operate. Around those elbows at the free throw line, she has that sweet mid-range jump shot.
By the way, though, real quick, how about that 1v2 defense by Spencer as that 3-ball is missed by Whitehorn in the corner? But how about that 1v2? You couldn't teach it any better.
That was textbook. I mean, it was textbook. To fake and recover, to play the pass and generate that steal, it was beautifully done.
Commodores with their largest lead of the game. It's up to 7, and Kapanis couldn't save it. And that's kind of a careless turnover there for Maddie Green, and that's something that Shea Ralph is going to talk about. She thought maybe there was a foul there with 1:45 to go.
Yeah, there was a lot of physicality on that pass, but once again, Tennessee just puts so much pressure in those passing lanes. You got to make sure you're certain pass and catch the basketball from one another.
Where does the offense come from? That's the question. That hasn't been a question all season long. That was way off the mark by Spencer. Could be 1v1 here. Moore on Spencer, and Spencer yet again meeting the moment, and a double dribble is called because Ayanna Moore kind of pinned it up against her leg.
Let's see on this possession if Coach Caldwell will make a point to try to either pass enter the basketball into the post or maybe utilize some sort of dribble drive, but really make a point of emphasis to get 2 feet in the paint and try to get a shot at the basket rather than just depending on those 3-point shots where they're 3 for 18 at 17% in this game.
Team that averages just under 96 points per game, leads the country in scoring, on pace for only about 60 here this afternoon. They were on pace for near 90 after the end of the first quarter. They had 21 points. They only have 5 points through the first 9 minutes, almost taken away by Kapanis. Spencer trying to create. They're going to keep letting them fly. Cooper misses and then goes over everything. That is now 3 of 19 from 3.
And this is a classic case where you have to trust the work. You have to trust the process. As a coach, it's something that you got to stay with what we do and just you pretty much play that the percentages will come back and balance back up.
Final 50 seconds of this first half. The atmosphere has been electric. I think the orange in the crowd, we want to see a little bit more offensively. Commodores faithful, they are loving what they're seeing so far. 7-point lead, and Blakes has missed pretty much the entire second quarter. Somehow ping-pong to Kapanis, who got it in before the shot clock expired.
Great job by Kapanis getting that basketball up on the rim quickly. Doors with a 9-point lead.
They extend their largest lead of the afternoon. Cooper and company can hold for the final shot of this first half. They're going to leave some time. That three ball no good. Kind of a curious decision there to take it, to leave the Commodores time. So you see this last basket. I don't know how Pierre was able to thread the needle and get it to Kapanis.
It's such a hard shot by Kapanis to pick that basketball up off the floor and to get it up quickly, knowing that there was a shot clock violation that was potentially in effect. Great touch to finish that shot.
Vanderbilt on a 7-0 run in the last 3 minutes, 14-2 run in the last 6 and change.
All without Blakes.
All without Michaela Blakes. Maddie Green thought about coast to coast, has to heave one up. Green at the horn, got it to go! Maddie Green, count the bucket to end the first half. It's all smiles for the Commodores right now. Double-digit lead against the number 15 team in the land. For Tennessee, who leads the country in scoring their fewest points in the first half this season, Drew Maddox.
Vanderbilt's defense has been outstanding, holding the Volunteers to 3 of 20 from the three-point line. The leading three-point shooting team in all of America, 15% from the three-point stripe.
No place we'd rather be than inside Memorial Gymnasium. Vanderbilt leads the number 15 team in the land by 11. They close the first half on a 16-2 run. Maddie Green fired up. See what adjustments the Lady Vols can make at the half.
So important for Vanderbilt in that second quarter.
The three-point scoring, I mean, that tells the story right now, right? Vanderbilt's up by 11. They lead the three-point shooting. Despite shooting 7 less threes, they lead that. They're +3, right? So that's already a 9-point gap right there. Offensive rebounding has been pretty key for Tennessee here today, and has, you know, it has been all season long. But Vandy ended that second quarter on a 16-2 run.
Vanderbilt just did a great job of playing through the chaos. I really was impressed with really starting to kind of settle in the backcourt, making certain of their passes. They started to block out better, too. I felt like they rebounded the basketball better in the later part of the second quarter, which led to that 16-2 run that they had.
All right, so you see the season percentage. You see the total makes per game. Again, both, or I should say the total made threes lead the country, just 3 of 20. What do you want to see? We'll start with the Lady Vols. What do you want to see from them offensively? How do they get the scoring going like they did in that first quarter here in the third?
Get the ball in the paint, whether it's on the pass to the post position or through the penetration, that your guards get to the rim and get easier opportunities.
Cooper got it into the paint, but couldn't get it to go to start this second half.
It was great defense from Vanderbilt to contest that shot without fouling.
Michaela Blakes, by the way, back in the game, trying to make a statement right away. Couldn't get the 3-ball to go. Spencer pushing. Cooper, maybe normally a transition 3 she would take, but that's exactly what you're talking about there, Drew.
That was such a smart play by Cooper to get 2 feet once again into the paint and to play off great balance to get that score.
A little wild from Waba that time. Now Spencer, 3-on-1. Good luck for Oliver there. Spencer finds Whitehorn. Great start for the Lady Vols.
The 2 field goals, and both of those field goals are at the rim, Alex. That's going to be the key for the Lady Vols to get their confidence back going from the field, is get easier opportunities at the rim.
Pierre got fouled, and a technical was just called. So Pierre dropped the ball. I was looking at it. Dropped the ball on Spencer. Spencer didn't like it, and Spencer kind of gave it right back to her. So now we'll wait and see.
See what the officials decide here. If it's just going to be a technical on Spencer.
And Kim Caldwell, she is not happy right now with Samara Spencer, especially with this start, a good start to this second half. Hopefully we'll get an explanation here.
The players on the review, we have a common foul on orange 7. We also have a technical foul on white 12 for throwing the ball at orange 7. We also have a technical foul back at number 7, orange 7, for throwing the ball at number 12. Players on the review.
Okay.
So Eric Bruton just gave us the explanation. That's exactly what I saw. So we'll take a look at it.
So first of all, you have the foul as Camille Pierre was posting up there against Spencer and did drop the basketball on Spencer, and Spencer gave it right back to her. But we're going to see technical fouls on both Pierre and Spencer for their reactions to this play.
And listen, you're a former player. I want you to talk about this, right? I know emotions are high. This is a big-time rivalry game, right? If you're Pierre there, you don't need to drop that ball on Spencer. And then for Spencer, I know it's tough because you want to stick up for yourself. But that's what Kim Caldwell is saying. Let her get the technical. We want to shoot free throws in that spot.
That's right. That's right. It's just tough, though. The emotions do run high. It's easier said than what is actually done in that situation because, once again, this is a big-time game. Both of these teams are needing victories, and you want to play really well, and your emotions are running really high.
As a review, the calls are confirmed. The common foul is on orange 7. We have a technical foul on 12 white for taunting, and we have a technical foul on orange 7 for throwing the ball back at number 12 white. Ball we've given at the baseline to white.
And they showed the replay on the Jumbotron here inside Memorial, and you had a lot of oohs and booing, and you couldn't tell who was oohing and booing. And that's something Shea Ralph, too, has to talk to Camille Pierre about, right? She's a superstar. Just doesn't need that extra added, drop that ball down on Spencer. You don't need that. You have to lead here in this second half. You've been playing really well.
And both of those players are experienced players. I know Pierre's only a sophomore, but played a lot of basketball in this league. Obviously, Spencer, a senior, and both of these players know how to control that emotion. And so, yes, you would think both coaches talking to their players, hey, let's settle back into this game. Tennessee obviously is making a push here. You feel like there's some momentum starting to surge for them. This is a momentum killer. And so you certainly don't want that reactionary technical foul when you're starting to get some great energy in the game.
And by the way, too, Spencer's fortunate that she wasn't in any foul trouble because that's a 2-for-1 there. She picks up 2 fouls because of the personal foul and the technical, but those are just her first 2 fouls of the game. And of course, she's trying to explain to Eric Bruton. She goes, listen, I know I threw the ball back, but you know, I was trying to stick up for myself in that spot. All right, so both coaches trying to calm down the players. They still want the passion and the adrenaline. And so because of the offsetting technicals, like offsetting penalties in a football game, there are no free throws taken. So after the technical timeout, Ayana Moore, good bounce pass. Oliver, mid-range game, couldn't get it to go. Punched out to Waba. Waba cleans it home.
Great job by Waba to get to the offensive glass. We talked about Tennessee getting to the offensive glass in the first half, but that time it was Vanderbilt and Waba with a great second chance opportunity. Waba,
who started 0 for 3 from the floor. That's her first bucket of the game. She's got 6 boards, though. Cooper trying to create little turnaround Jay. How smooth was that?
She's so smooth, and she gives them a dynamic of getting to the basket. Now that is 3 field goals here in this half, and all 3 have been at the rim.
Kim Caldwell told me, she said she's so gifted, just love to coach her. She's competitive, funny, but she's hard on herself, but she said that translates to how good she is. Doors bleeding the clock here. That was way off the mark that time by Blakes. But last touched by Cooper. That was interesting there. I'm not sure if it clipped off of Whitehorn and then Cooper recognized it and tried to save it, because it looked like, at least from our vantage point, we're a little screened where we're at. Looked like from our vantage point it was just going to go out of bounds off of that shot from Blakes.
Yeah, 100% aligned there. I really thought that was off Vanderbilt, so she must have seen something much closer than our viewpoint here at courtside.
Waba, season high 6 boards, just got her first bucket, trying to drive the baseline, reverse, no good. Getting a piece of that was Spear. Cooper pushing right over to Spear, who just got the block, and boy, that is stellar transition defense there from Ayanna Moore.
That was a great job by Moore there to cut off the driver there on that left side to not foul, because that would be an easy place to reach in and commit a foul. Great job of disruption without the foul.
How about this matchup? Cooper and Pierre. Cooper blows right past Pierre. Oliver tried to help, but could not at the last moment.
And that's 6 points in this quarter, all 6 at the rim. Tennessee with the turnover.
Picked off, then batted away by Oliver. That at least allowed the defense to reset. Cooper, she's trying to take over here. Cooper couldn't finish right at the rim. Battle for the board yet again. Somehow it was poked into the corner by Spearman, who found Spear. You got Spencer, you got Spearman, you got Spear. They should start a law firm.
Interesting point. 23-point attempts in the first half. Not a 3-point shot taken this half just yet.
Spear got denied by Moore right at the horn. They're going to let it go. Ayanna Moore, Michaela Blakes, her first points of the second half. How about the defensive ability right now for Ayanna Moore?
Great job by Moore. We saw on the penetration on the possession before not to foul, and then to contest the shot without fouling at the end of that shot clock. Great job by Ayanna Moore.
Cooper with a game-high 16. Spear, only 2 points. She's 1 of 8, 0 of 6 from downtown. Spear to Spearman. Spearman got fouled and will head to the line for 2.
You can tell there was a point of emphasis in the halftime locker room from Coach Caldwell saying, we are going to drive the basketball and get it into the paint and not settle for just perimeter jump shots. Now, if the right shot comes about, we'll take it, but we are going to make a point to get the ball close to the rim.
Z Spearman, first free throw attempt of the game is no good. A 67% free throw shooter, averaging a touch under 11 points per game, 9 double-figure scoring games this year. She transferred in this season from Miami, where she averaged 6 points per game, 5 rebounds per game. But that's what's so special about Kim Caldwell. She's gotten the most out of Z Spearman. She knew the talent was there, but again, only averaged 6 points per game and 5 rebounds per game in her career at Miami in her 2 seasons now. Could be a 10-second call here, and recognizing it was Oliver, found Kapanis. Blakes with the blow-by, poked away. Moore thought about it, shot fake, slice and dice. Missed it at the rim, foul staying here. That foul's called on Whitehorn.
It looked like they're going to get Whitehorn with that push in the back, going for that rebound. Ayanna Moore with a nice drive. Just missed it, and that's a tough call. That's you know, I'm not sure how much was there. Vanderbilt the benefactor of that, but Whitehorn, probably a rightful complaint on that push-off to the official.
I think we can say it didn't look like a foul to us there. That should have been Lady Vols basketball. 6-point game, just 2 possessions here. Blakes with 12 behind the back. How about the defense here from Spearman, working on Blakes, and a timeout called by Shea Ralph. And boy, that was a smart timeout taken. I know you want to try and save them in case you have to advance the ball right late in the game, but that's a good timeout taken by Shea Ralph with exactly 4 seconds on the shot clock. All right, off and running in this second half. Ayanna Moore finds Michaela Blakes. Vanderbilt's lead, though, cut to 6. In this second half.
Absolutely. You can tell that was a point of emphasis from Coach Caldwell. When you look and see where they're getting their shots, if you were to have a shot chart, it's not just those 7 2-point attempts. Every single one of them are at the rim. So they are driving the ball with force. Cooper with 3 baskets at the rim in this quarter.
Only 4 seconds to shoot here. See what Shea Ralph dialed up. Blakes back to Oliver, who inbounded it. Step back jumper. Good defense yet again by the Lady Vols. Spear, she wants a 3 in transition. That's the first 3-point attempt of this second half. How about another offensive rebound? But it just has not been Jewel Spear's day. She's now 1 of 9 from the field, 0 of 7 from downtown for a player averaging over 18 points per game through the first 5 SEC contests. Here's Spear, speaking of her, gets to the rim, might have been altered by Kapanis. She's now 1 of 10 from the floor.
Like what Spear did there, though, she went to the basket. Like, if it's not working from the outside, you're 0 of 7 from 3. Get to the basket and get to the rim and try to get a foul or a layup.
Commodores know they cannot go quietly offensively, and boy, that hit the side of the backboard. Somehow Moore got her own miss. Found Blakes. And that's what we talk about. That first shot may not have looked pretty for Moore, but she followed her miss, got it to Blakes, and then again, you got to get back in transition. There is Spearman for an easy deuce. Spearman
does a great job of running down the middle of the basketball court to the rim, makes herself available. We've seen that now a couple of times with a lengthy pass for a layup.
Spearman now with 7. She's 3 of 5. Kapanis, no good. Rebound offensively yet again. Blakes, that was a little handoff like a quarterback to a running back. I know it's NFL Sunday, Drew Maddox, and an easy 2 for Camille Pierre.
Taking some tips from Diego Pavia from the fall.
Yeah, exactly. Another 3-ball miss that time. That was attempted by Boyd, redshirt freshman out of Las Vegas.
Number 7. You know, basketball is just so interesting. Both of these teams score the basketball as well as anybody in the country. Obviously, Tennessee over 95 points a game. Vanderbilt comes into this game at over 86 points per game. But it's incredible to think just game to game, how every game has its own dynamic, its own nuances based on how you're shooting the basketball.
Tennessee wanted a 5 count, did not get it. So we talked about the Lady Vols earlier. Oliver's got to get it over the timeline, just does in time. But Vanderbilt, they're ranked number 22 in the net. They were as high as number 7, which was the highest in program history. They're projected as an 8 seed currently by ESPN bracketologist Charlie Cream. 10 SEC schools are projected in as of right now.
Vanderbilt still looking for some of those quality wins, though, to really inflate that seeding. Because I know this Vanderbilt team, they don't want to be in the 8-9 game. They want that seeding to continue to climb. And so a game like this, a signature win, would be huge for them in their net and in their projected seedings.
So that foul was called on Jillian Hollingshed, the senior out of Gainesville, Georgia. That was her first. That's the team's 5th. So that is why Camille Pierre is at the line. They're not saying it was a shooting foul, because it was not. But again, they are in the bonus here.
Camille Pierre with 13 points. It seems like it's a quiet 13. I know she had that first 3-point basket on the season. Now 14 points for her, but it's been a quiet 14.
It has, and that now extends her double-digit scoring streak. Get a load of this, 21 straight games, the longest streak since the 2007 season. and a 3 ball is good, and the Lady Vols faithful, they erupt. They needed to see one go down.
It's interesting. Vanderbilt moved to more of a zone look on the defensive end right there, and Tennessee able to find a wing 3 opportunity in space.
How about Tess Darby right now? Got the 3 with the deflection, gets it back, and how about the 5th-year senior out of Greenfield, Tennessee, as Shea Ralph has to call timeout to regroup the troops.
Tess Darby, the West Tennessee native, makes the 3-point basket on the one end, comes back with a nice deflection and run out for 2.
Darby with the 3, and then the easy 2. Tess Darby, who had 6 points. She was 2 of 4 from downtown against Mississippi State. We will take a break here inside Memorial. Lady Vols, number 15 in the country, have cut it to 5 with 2:25 to go in the 3rd. Here on the SEC Network, Alex Gould, Drew Maddox. What a game it's been. Maybe not as high scoring as we thought, especially because of that second quarter. But again, both defenses, Drew, are really tenacious. 5-point game here with a little over 2 minutes left in this 3rd quarter.
You know, we talk about the usage of the 3-point shot, and a lot of times, Alex, for confidence sake, you want to play more inside out. So you try to establish almost like the run game, if you would, before we get to the passing game. It allows for play action, allows for other things to really start to occur. And it seemed like in the first half, Tennessee played outside in. And what we've seen this half, and Tess Darby makes that 3-pointer, so it's easy to make this point now, but they established the run game, or the paint game in this case, got some shots at the rim, and it allowed them to all of a sudden establish some psychological confidence to jump up and make that 3-point shot. What are we looking at now?
Yeah, not exactly sure right here. And Kim Caldwell does not like what is happening right now. Trying to talk to all 3 officials.
Now one official's going all the way over to press row.
Talking to some SIDs here.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're taking a look at the game notes. We're going to get an explanation here from Frank Steratore.
All right, so Mr. Salvatores is confirming with us that they made a substitution, and they're trying to go back and make sure that prior to the whistle, the 5 players that now are represented for Tennessee on the floor are the correct 5 players. So they're going back and looking over the timeline to make sure to see who the players were that should be in the game at this moment.
And also, too, this is a good spot where I feel like this should be announced to the crowd, right? They have that mic here. I think a lot of people inside Memorial also want to know what's going on.
It's a great point because, you know, one of the things that college basketball right now is really getting dinged for is a lot of stoppages, you know, and really updating the viewer, the fan of what is going on, you know, really communicating or over-communicating and letting the fan know exactly what is taking place.
It's a little cat and mouse action there as Tess Darby, obviously, who just hit that 3, and then that lay-in just before the timeout was called. She was in the Commodore huddle there trying to listen to Shea Ralph's play, and there was a lot of fans here right behind us that were trying to let Shea Ralph know, hey, draw up a different play. You got Darby in the huddle.
I love it. Darby and Moore here having a conversation, laughing a little bit, having a great time, just competing. I'm sure they grew up competing against one another, about roughly the same age here, Tennessee high school basketball stars.
And the jeers come out. You get a roar from the crowd.
It's like, finally, we're going to play.
That was about with the timeout, about a 7-minute delay, just to make sure that the subs were correct. And we're going to get another stoppage. 8 seconds in, as Cooper picked up the foul. That is her second, and that's a tough foul, by the way, because that sends Michaela Blakes to the line. Because, again, the Commodores are in the bonus.
So smart by Blakes. You could see that she drove the basketball into the defender, Cooper, to draw that foul, knowing that they were in the bonus.
Michaela Blakes had 10 points, I'm telling you, about 3 minutes into the game as she misses a free throw there. She's an 85% free throw shooter, so a rare miss for her, but she picked up 3 fouls in that first quarter. Had to sit for the entire second quarter, but she has played without fouling at all in this third, still has 3. Spearman couldn't handle the pass. 2-on-1. Tennessee so good in these situations. Blake's lost it, and it ping-pong off the top of the dome.
Great defense by Boyd to back tip that basketball, and then Tennessee, the benefactor of the carom off of Blake's head.
How about the heart and hustle there from Kanaya Boyd, redshirt freshman who graduated from Centennial High School early, but dealt with a knee injury, did not play her senior year. Kanaya Boyd's really playing basketball for the first time in about 2.5 years. It was a nice job getting back defensively, using those wheels and forcing the turnover. And now she'll handle the point guard duties here. Cooper looking to create. Little step back off the window.
I've seen it a couple of times, but Tennessee continues to go to that left elbow entry with the ball screen to get Cooper that right-hand drive to her strong hand.
Cooper now with 18. Just a 4-point affair here in Music City. Under 90 seconds left in this third quarter. Pierre working on Spearman. Pierre thought she got the ball instead. I think they're calling the body before the block.
That was an outstanding drive by Pierre. Ends up in an isolation opportunity on the right wing and does a great job of drawing contact. Got to the basket, got 2 feet and her 2 shoulders squared to the basket, so the defender only had one choice, which was to come over the top.
In case you missed it, by the way, Camille Pierre is now referred to as a 3-point sniper. She hit her first 3-pointer of the season in the first half. She's now at 15. Like you said, kind of a quiet 15 for her. But she's one of those players. She's lurking like a shark in the water, right? And she smells out her opportunities, and she's looking for her 5th consecutive made free throw. And she's got it. Six-point game, under 60 seconds to go, and a legal screen called. That's going against Tess Darby. That is number 3 on her.
Tess Darby getting into that dribble handoff for Cooper. That's an interesting call. That's a tough one.
Commodores, they've elected at times to go 2 for 1. Thinking about it here. But again, you want to set up your best shot in this spot. And they believe that could be Pierre. Double team comes, and that's going to be number 4 on Darby. So she just picked up number 3, and about 20 seconds later picks up number 4, and she knows a sub's coming in for her.
Just a little bit overly aggressive there. Nice double team. I like the idea. Tries to go make a play on the ball and just got too much of Camille Pierre's arm. But I do like the double, sending a different look at Pierre. It seemed like she timed her double really well. It's really key for Michaela Blakes to get out of this quarter still with only 3 fouls.
Smart move there by Shea Ralph. Pierre, 7 of 8 from the charity stripe so far today. Make it 8 of 9. And listen, if there's one part, everyone's always trying to get better, but if there's one part you want to pick apart with Pierre, it's the free throw shooting, right? 66%. But so far, so good here today. That stroke looks fantastic. She's up to 18 now, 9 of 10 from the line.
That ball didn't even hit the rim.
7-second difference between game clock and shot clock. And that's why we were talking about a potential 2-for-1. Spencer got fouled by Waba on the way up. She'll head to the line for 2.
We've seen Tennessee do that a couple of times where they set up those right-handed drivers from the left elbow, and there we see Spencer able to drive the basketball, does a great job of drawing the foul.
So now Blake checks back in, and they're hoping, of course, no offensive foul is picked up. Samira Spencer talked about the 1,500, 500, and 500 as she misses the free throw there. She's number 5 in the country in assist to turnover ratio at 3.32. She transferred in this season from Arkansas, where she averaged over 13 points per game in her career and over 3.5 assists per game. And Kim Caldwell talked about her saying she plays the hardest on her team and said just watch her on 50-50 balls. And of course we've seen that so far today. Leads by example.
Blake's back in the game for this last possession that Vanderbilt can take advantage of and drew the foul.
Those aren't cheers, Drew.
Yeah. Not a cheer from Coach Caldwell either, right?
Boyd picks up the foul there, and it sends Blakes to the line. And again, that was another kind of tic-tacky, another questionable one, to say the least. Blakes with 15.
Once again,
it's the first, now 16.
Blake's 85% free throw shooter. I mean, so you can take these and put these in the bank. So, I mean, that's a huge possession here at the end of the quarter.
And if she makes this, she will sub out. Kapanis will check in for her.
So you play a little defense, offense, and protect the foul situation as well.
So because of the fouls, right? Tennessee cut it to 4. Because of the fouls now, it's back up to 9. Vanderbilt led by 11 heading into the third quarter. Make a noise inside Memorial. Cooper draws the double team. Hollingshed trying to create. Little hook shot did not go. And that is how the third quarter comes to a close. Final 10 minutes of action, Drew Maddox. I know you're not going anywhere. Neither am I, right here on the SEC Network. It's this Commodore team. They really are. And so just to see that against one of the most aggressive rebounding teams in the country, that's a big deal. So that's a storyline we're looking at here in the fourth. And you talked about it as well. Tennessee, they finally connected on a three-pointer there towards the end of that third quarter by Darby, but only took 3 three-point attempts, which is shocking for a Kim Caldwell team. Pierre right away. Vanderbilt knows they got to keep the foot on the gas pedal, and right away, 17 seconds in, Lady Vols pick up their first foul in this fourth quarter. That's on Spearman.
Nice job by Pierre here. Nice dribble, step through. Looked like she did draw that foul. Looked like the defender did break verticality, kind of reached over into Pierre's area. Pierre draws the foul. 10 of 11 from the free throw line now.
Normally we'd say, okay, you foul Camille Pierre. We'll see 66%. Not today. She is now 10 of 11 from the free throw line. 10 of her 19 points with the clock stopped. And as I said it, of course, Commodore fans at home saying thank you very much. The announcer's jinx. So 10-point game, back up to double digits. Spear tried to find Cooper. Good hands there by Green. Deflected it. Half the shot clock has expired. So what would this win mean? This is the 91st meeting all time between these two, Drew, and it's a rivalry, but Tennessee has dominated it. 80-10 in this rivalry. Tennessee won 86-61 here last year. Much different game here. Timeout is called because Spencer hit the deck with the basketball cradled up. A little less than 10 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. The lead is up to 10 for the Commodores. Back here inside Memorial. Not only, Drew Maddox, did the rivalry get renewed here again this weekend, but it's going to start up in the fall because Vanderbilt volleyball will start their inaugural season, and these two, of course, will meet on the hardwood. Taking a look, though, at the matchup in front of us. You see rivalry weekend, talked about it earlier. What the men did for Vanderbilt was electric yesterday, court storming and all that. And they want to see the women do the same thing. Of course, the Lady Vols, we know how incredible they are, and that is a great start out of the timeout there. They only had 8 seconds to shoot as Ruby Whitehorn gets into the mix.
That's a tough drive. Did you see how she stepped on her opposite foot and going the other direction to jump up, control herself in the air to make that two-point shot?
Whitehorn only has 6 points, averages a touch over 13 per game. So it's been a quiet day for her, and a foul is going to be called on Spencer.
Let's take a look at this one as Tennessee felt like they really picked up their defensive intensity there. Spencer pressing up on Blake's. And once again, that's the benefit to Vanderbilt, because that would have been her 4th foul once again.
Instead, the 3rd on Spencer to match Blake's 3, and that's already the 2nd team foul just over a minute into this fourth quarter, because we know it could come down to free throws, so that's crucial to look at. Ayana Moore, great screen by Pierre, couldn't get the 3 to go. Spencer always looking to push. Spencer lost the rock, but a foul was called, looked like on Jordan Oliver. For Oliver, that's her first, team's first here in this fourth quarter. Going back to a point I made before the timeout was called, but Tennessee's dominated this series. This is the 91st meeting all time. 80-10 is Tennessee's record against Vanderbilt. Shea Ralph in her era 0 for 6 against Tennessee teams. So looking for their first win against Tennessee in the Shea Ralph era. And how about that friendly roll there for Cooper? And she's up to 20.
Just doing her work this second half there at the rim.
So crafty, but missed the lay-in. And then a foul was called, battling for the board. That's against Pierre.
Blake's was upset with herself. It was such a great move and got all the way to the finish. Just left it a little short. Look at that nice little one-handed finish, but great rebound there and foul. This is a key possession right here for both teams, for Tennessee to shrink that margin, but Vanderbilt needs a big stop.
Pierre picked up her second, team's second. Cooper trying to take over, tried to use the window. Another offensive rebound, but it was missed by Spearman. Little too strong from about 3 feet out. Ayana Moore, coast to coast. Vanderbilt trying to get back. Spearman yet again running the floor, but missed another lay-in. Green, Moore found Blake's little turnaround. She couldn't get that to go.
I got action here in the fourth quarter.
And at times you'd say maybe slow down a little bit. You can't tell that to either side.
No chance.
Spencer not trusting herself on the 3, and that's because you get an easy lay-in that time with the left.
It's a great drive, great left-handed finish, by the way.
Now Moore. No foul call. Great 1v1 straight up defense there from Spearman. That's a tie-up, and it looks like it's going to be Lady Vols basketball.
Watch this drive by Ayana Moore. never touched the basketball with her offhand, took the dribble into the shot release without even touching the basketball with her left hand. Just beautifully done. What a great, great finish.
13 points for number 23. She's 5 of 13 from the floor with 5 rebounds.
See if Tennessee here will try to get Cooper again on some sort of isolation direct drive, either using the ball screen.
You can see, too, they're trying to get Whitehorn going if they can. 3-ball hasn't been there for Spear, but in crunch time, big players step up in big moments. That is the first 3 of the game for Spear. That cuts it to a 3-point contest.
A big-time shot, 0 for 7 until that 3-point make.
And here comes the noise from the Lady Vols faithful. Pierre got her pocket picked by Cooper. 2-on-1 the other way. Can Oliver stop it? Cooper missed off the window. Offensive board to Whitehorn. Cooper still battling for it. Third chance. Spear wants another. Heat check. No good. And a push-off is going to be called. They would have had a 4th chance on that possession if not for the foul called on Whitehorn going over the back.
You have to love the energy of Tennessee continuing to play hard, but you've got to love the resiliency of Vanderbilt just continuing to stay in the possession. Great job by Anna Moore coming back in to try to get that rebound and drew the foul.
For Whitehorn, that is number 3. That is the team's 3rd.
Looks like Pierre is going to check out of the game, so this is going to be a big possession for Vanderbilt right here.
The noise is deafening inside Memorial Gymnasium. A packed house.
See what Vanderbilt will do here to get a basket without Pierre on the floor.
Blake's with the push-off called, and that's going to be her 4th. Shea Ralph can't believe it.
Wow. We've seen a couple of tough ones. I'm not so sure on that one. There's been a couple that we were thinking were questionable, but that does give one definite thing to this Vanderbilt team. That's her 4th foul.
So she will sit, and we'll see, yet to be determined how long. You see just the extension there with that left arm, and that is what the official was calling. Again, how much space is that creating? That is Blake's 4th, team's 3rd. Both teams have 3. Hasn't been Spears' day, but don't tell her that here in the 4th quarter. Just hit her first 3. Wants a second for the tie. Got it! Jewel Spears, second 3 in a row to tie it up. Maddie Green trying to retake the lead and does.
It's a big-time shot. Vanderbilt wondering where they're going to get production from with Pierre and Blake's out of the game. Green responds.
Right back on the other end. Cooper got swatted away, but an offensive putback by Spearman. She is everywhere.
Spearman's been huge. Running the floor, offensive rebounds, great putbacks.
No Blakes, no Pierre, and where does the offense come from? Now Camille Pierre gonna check back in. They also need the size down low defensively. Maddie Green, who just hit the bucket, trying to take over here. Missed the left. Ayanna Mitchell saying, don't tell me about size, but missed the putback. Lady Vols were down by as much as 11, and an offensive foul was called, and this time Kim Caldwell agrees with the call, immediately recognized it.
She was nodding her head as she agreed with the official, but it looked like Cooper just continued her momentum through the defender, displaced the defender to get that offensive foul.
That is the 3rd foul on Cooper, the team's 4th. So, again, similar situation to what we saw, Drew, in that 3rd quarter. we will see Vanderbilt shooting free throws the rest of the way.
That's crucial. I mean, that's a big-time factor in this fourth quarter.
And now Maddie Green, did she extend enough? They say she did not. Kim Caldwell and company.
May have gotten away with one on that one.
Sure looked like it. Pierre back into the game. Got denied. Cooper with the block.
Shot clock doesn't reset. Under 10 seconds.
Maddie Green. The pick from Oliver. Now the pick the other way from Pierre. Green, tough shot. Left it short. Great defensive possession. Who was it last touched by? Last touched by Tennessee.
Shot clock will reset to 20 seconds with this weird position to inbound the ball on this lower corner sideline inbound. Blakes will check back into the game.
Got a packed house here. Everyone watching who's not inside the building, back in Knoxville and around the Tennessee area. Charlie Cream's watching, ESPN bracketologist, and you know the rest of the league is watching as well. Lady Vols, number 15 in the country. They're 15-2, 3-2 in the SEC. Commodores 14-4, 1-3. They've dropped 3 straight. Ayanna Moore found some space. Couldn't get it to go. It was a good look that time from Moore, but couldn't rattle it home. Spencer got picked up. Now trying to get one in. Got fouled. Count it.
What a great drive by Spencer to continue that dribble. Watch how she keeps her dribble. Stays patient, finds the point of attack, draws the foul. Nice finish for a chance to go to the free throw line for a 3-point opportunity.
This is just the second time today that the number 15 team in the country has led. They led by as much as 3. It was 24-21 with 8:24 left in the first half. So they match their largest lead of the contest. This is the question. What is Shea Ralph's team made of here? With the pressure on, final 3 and change, down by 3. Michaela Blakes, no good. She's gone cold from the field. Ayanna Mitchell trying to battle for it, and a foul was called. That is against Mitchell. Number 2 on her, and that is the team's 5th. So this is free throws here for the Lady Vols.
I know Mitchell got that foul there, but I love her activity in pursuit of the basketball. Maddie Green checking out the game has been outstanding for Vanderbilt today.
Jewel Spear, who transferred in from Wake Forest a couple years ago. She's got over 2,000 career points. Needs 11 more rebounds for 500 in her career. For reference, by the way, just one of 6 players in Tennessee history, if she did this all at Tennessee, of course, which she did not, have ever reached the 2,000 career point mark. And Spear, don't tell her it hasn't been her day. A big 3 ball and then a couple of big free throws here.
She made back-to-back 3-pointers, in fact, on that left side.
Right.
Really picked up her action now with 9 points in this game.
Blakes with the blow-by, got denied, and then saved by Whitehorn. Cooper with another big-time block. And for one of the first times all season, you're seeing a Kim Caldwell offense take some time off the clock here. Spear, yet again, just missed a floater. Battle for the board as a couple of bodies hit the deck.
Watch this defensive play here. Cooper, once again, impacts all the areas of the game and does a great job of blocking that shot. But what about the save? To not give up on the play, assume it was going out of bounds. Great job by Tennessee.
They just showed the replay on the Jumbotron. That foul was on Spear. That is her third, the team's fifth. So free throws on both sides the rest of the way. Tennessee on a 7-0 run in the last 2:30.
I'm sorry, Alex, 15-2 over the last 5 minutes as well to get back in and surge that energy to take this lead in the fourth quarter.
Blakes gets them both. Back to a one-possession game.
See if they drive the ball at Blakes to try to get that fifth foul.
Cooper, Blakes went down, no call. Spearman got Kapanis in the air. Foul was called. And Spearman will head to the free throw line for two, I think. We'll wait and see. So you take a look here, and by the way, Kapanis is called for the foul. Spearman to the charity stripe for two big free throws coming up. But you take a look, neither team is used to playing in close affairs.
And you're going to have many more close affairs the rest of the season. I mean, we're just entering into SEC play, and then as you get into the SEC tournament, into postseason play, close games are going to be the absolute storyline for the rest of the season. So you might as well start getting comfortable in these settings.
Spearman now up to 10 points, double digits for her, and how about a perfect 2 for 2 from the line?
She's been terrific. I mean, 11 rebounds as well, running the basketball floor, second chance opportunities. She's been fantastic with her length for the Lady Vols.
Ayana Moore, step back jumper. How about it?
Big time shot. Ayana Moore, great patience there.
And how about that turnover? Oh my goodness. Miscommunication between Whitehorn and Spencer. Whoa.
Looks like the officials are going to come over and take a second look at this one, but Moore with the big two-point basket, the first field goal for Vanderbilt out of their last 8 attempts, and then creating the turnover.
Will be Vanderbilt's ball.
So they're reviewing the play and making sure that this is Vanderbilt basketball. Again, under 2 minutes, so they can initiate the official review. You see that nice looking shot there by Ayana Moore, and then Whitehorn was touching it out of bounds. Blakes deflected it, and Spencer saying, why inbound it there? What she's trying to say to Ruby Whitehorn on that spot. And they're showing it here on the Jumbotron. You see it on your screen as well. Take a look.
I mean, the only thing that they could be looking at is, did the ball bounce on the baseline before the catch out of bounds? That would be the only thing that could change this call.
And they should have some angles to try and zoom in as much as they can, these officials, to see, is that basketball, like you said, partner, touching the baseline? Because if it is before Whitehorn catches it out of bounds, it would be Tennessee ball. Wow.
That's awfully close.
And everyone knows it inside the building, too. No one can tell. Remember, the call on the floor was Vanderbilt basketball.
The ball will be overturned. 29 seconds on the shot clock.
They're saying the basketball did hit the baseline after Blakes deflected the inbound pass.
Tennessee ball, baseline.
So they saw enough to overturn that call. Remember that as this game comes to a close. Would you like to be a referee?
10,000 people, you're going to upset one half or the other. That was awfully close.
And that's one of those where I think a lot of Commodores fans are going to complain, saying there was just not enough there to overturn. Of course, Lady Falls fans are going to say, what do you mean? Of course, it hit the baseline. Regardless, 3-point game, 90 seconds to go. Cooper, step back, no good. Rebound to Ayanna Moore. Blakes has to go, just got it across the timeline. Moore thought about the 3-in transition. How about Spencer? Right up in the grill of Ayanna Moore. She's trying to create some space, settle for the 2. Floater is good. And that was the right decision and the right play. And with under 60 seconds left, Kim Caldwell timeout, 1-point game.
Ayanna Moore has been fantastic. When Vanderbilt absolutely needed a basket, it's been Moore on back-to-back possessions, utilizing the bounce. We talk about her 3-point shot, but what about the use of penetration to get to the spot? That nice soft float finish. 4 huge points on back-to-back possessions for Ayanna Moore.
What a treat. What a treat.
So good. Do you not love it? Oh, this is so good. So fun to be in Memorial Gym here in Nashville, Tennessee today.
Alex Gould, True Maddox. I mean, what a treat. That's the only way to describe it. 1-point game. Rivalry weekend between these two. Again, we talked about it yesterday on the men's side. Vanderbilt upset the number 6 team in the country. Commodores looked like maybe they could stretch the lead and pull away, but not a Kim Caldwell club.
Came back with great energy, and how about this? We've seen a lot of action in 2 days, over 48 hours in this gym. 2 points separate these two teams.
As a reminder, both teams with 5 fouls. Both teams are in the bonus. So if a foul occurs, it's free throws. 1-point game here in Nashville. Cooper working on Pierre. Cooper kissed it off the glass.
It's been that high ball screen that Tennessee has gone to this entire half to get Cooper the advantage. Big time shot.
Talaysia Cooper with 22. Blakes blow by to the rack, got fouled. She was hoping that it dropped in and a chance to tie the game instead. I think if you're Shea Ralph, you're okay with that. You only bled 9 seconds off the clock, quick, and you stop the clock now and a chance to get it back to a 1-point game.
It was really smart by Blakes to go quickly. Once she saw that driving lane, to commit to it. Obviously, there's a time and score situation that now enters into the game with 38 seconds. But Michaela Blakes, that was very, very smart to draw that foul and get back to the free throw line.
Blakes now 6 of 7 from the free throw line. And oh, by the way, another 20-point performance. And that's with sitting the entire second quarter. Trying to make it a 1-point game, and she does. And another timeout taken by Kim Caldwell as they advance the basketball.
So this is where it gets interesting, Alex. Because of the shot clock, there's 38 seconds on the clock. You have a 30-second shot clock, so obviously an 8-second margin. So what does Coach Shea Ralph decide to do? Do you play straight? Do you try to get a stop? Or do you go ahead and start to stretch the possession count, give yourself more chances, send Tennessee to the free throw line, and play a little bit more on your offense, or bet on your offense more than you do on your defense?
I was going to ask you that question. That entire breakdown, I was going to ask you. So how do you think she plays it?
Yeah, so I think she plays straight, because obviously it's not just the 8-second absolute margin. You got to go a little bit ahead of the shot clock. And remember, in women's college basketball, once you get the rebound, as long as you don't advance it, you can call time out and advance the ball into the front court to set up a sideline inbounds.
The Lady Vols on the season, 71% from the free throw line. If she elected to extend this game even more and elected to foul here, and they are 12 of 15, 80% today, we think she's going to play it out. You never know. We'll wait and see. But again, too, then you think that Kim Caldwell's team is going to bleed out much of the clock, right? And by doing so, that means that rebound is the biggest one
Crucial.
Of the game. And first and foremost, got to inbound the basketball, and back-to-back timeouts are called here. That Spear couldn't get it in.
I think, on the Tennessee end, when they're sitting in the huddle here discussing what to do, I think it's got to be Spear, or it has to be Cooper getting the opportunity to drive the basketball here at the end of the shot clock. Look for that high ball screen on the left, offset elbow to allow for that strong hand drive.
Something to note here, that was the final timeout called by Spear. They're not able to inbound the basketball, and now it's ever more crucial to get it in here. You do not have another timeout. And that is the first thing that Kim Caldwell and the rest of the coaching staff is saying here is we do not have another timeout left. You have to try and inbound it.
And one of the strengths for Vanderbilt, we've talked about it all year through the games that we've done, is they're outstanding at defending sideline inbounds and underneath out of bounds. So a 5-second violation is not off the table here. Vanderbilt has drawn those numerous times this season. Really, really good on special play here. So let's see what Kim Caldwell did in that huddle to get the basketball inbounded easily.
We'll just let you listen. Spear got to get it in, just did, and then a slip by Whitehorn, nothing called, tie up, and it's going to be Commodore basketball.
We said it, Vanderbilt is outstanding at guarding special situations. Sideline inbounds and underneath out of bounds. Vanderbilt is as good as anybody in the country. They put enough pressure there on Tennessee to draw that jump ball.
Timeout taken by Shea Ralph. She has one left, and all of a sudden, they have the basketball here with 35.2 to go to try and take the lead. What an effort it's been on both sides. And one quote I want to read real quick about Jordan Oliver, graduate student out of Prosper, Texas, that Shea Ralph tweeted out a couple of weeks ago. She said, "She is our glue." She said, "We are not this good without the consistent and selfless efforts of Jordan Oliver." And of course, Kim Mulkey the other day, Oliver got to play against her former head coach who recruited her at Baylor and just sung her praises. And what she's been able to do here comes away with the biggest takeaway of the day.
Where does Vanderbilt go? You have to think Pierre or Blake's, but Moore has been awfully good in this second half.
Vanderbilt does have one timeout if they can't inbound it. They do. Pierre had some space but fumbled it. They're trying to go quickly. Pierre got fouled by Cooper.
Commodores went early here, got Pierre in the matchup that they wanted. Would have went sooner if she would have secured the basketball much cleaner, but did a great job of going back, getting that ball, driving the basket, and drawing the foul.
Camille Pierre, we talked about it earlier, 66% free throw shooter on the season. She is 10 of 12 so far today, and nothing more crucial than these two right here.
It's crucial to think, Alex, you said it when we came out of the last timeout. Tennessee is out of timeout, so they can't call a timeout and advance the ball into the front court. They got to play straight.
Shea Ralph and Vanderbilt, of course, they have one timeout if they want to set up their defense potentially. But you think maybe they save it for an offensive possession. Like she's been all season, ice in her veins. Camille Pierre goes 2 of 2 from the line, and like a heavyweight title fight, the Commodores back on top by 1.
Camille Pierre now with 21, over 20 points for the game.
How aggressive does Vanderbilt want to be here? Remember, any foul sends the Lady Vols to the line. There is a 1.5-second difference between game clock and shot clock. The handoff, almost taken away, was deflected, they'll say, and hold on. Was it over and back? We'll get a discussion, the biggest one of the day. They will say it was tipped, which is why the ball was deflected onto the other half of the court. Now, a lot of fans asking to review this, but I don't think this is a reviewable play, so they cannot. Crucial call. Cooper with the ball, final 10 seconds in Music City. Cooper inbound to Whitehorn, got it! With 5 seconds left, and Shea Ralph will call her final timeout. All eyes were on Cooper on the floor. Whitehorn slipped underneath the hoop, and the easiest two she'll have all season long.
Well, it looked like the Commodores got a little bit confused on this backside. Whitehorn did a great job of slipping to the basket. What a find by Cooper to her teammate Whitehorn to put the Lady Vols back ahead by 1.
Not a soul is sitting down inside Memorial Gymnasium. We saw on the men's side yesterday a 1-point win over the number 6 team in the land for Vanderbilt. Can they repeat less than 24 hours later here? 5 seconds to go. The question is it Ayanna Moore? Is it Camille Pierre? Michaela Blakes? Who gets the rock here? And remember, Vanderbilt is out of timeouts. They get to advance the ball, but they have to get the ball inbounds. Pierre's got it, going quickly, blow by, lay in, no good, rebound, Blake's got it at the horn! Hold on, there's .4, Vanderbilt is rushing the floor. There is still .4 seconds, but Michaela Blakes for now has given the Commodores a 1-point lead.
The play is on the review for the clock malfunction.
The play here, Drew Maddox, was to Pierre. Pierre missed the lay-in. Great look, and how about Blake's following the play?
It's just incredible. She threw the ball inbounds to Pierre and did not stop. Look at her pursuit to continue to pursue the basketball and get that offensive putback to go back up 1. And once again, it's been Pierre and Blake's all year, the dynamic duo.
A lot of things they're looking at here, by the way. They're looking at the clock.
The game clock reset to .8. The ball cleared the net at .8.
This is big here, so they add .4 seconds. They will jump the clock from .4 to .8. Remember, though, Tennessee's out of timeouts. They cannot advance the basketball.
That's crucial at this point because now they're 94 feet away from the basket, so they must enter the ball all the way underneath Vanderbilt's basket.
How good of a look can you get with .8? What's the play here? You technically have enough time to catch and shoot. Cooper, did she get it off in time? She did not! The tip-in heard round the Volunteer State. The Commodores have upset the number 15 Lady Vols.
How about that? First home win over Tennessee in over a decade. Incredible what has taken place in this gym over the last 2 days. Vanderbilt 1-point victories over their bitter interstate rival.
We talk about Drew Maddox, deer in the headlights, oftentimes for freshmen. Michaela